Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-September 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Virgo collective in Virgo season, might I add. Shuffle it up here one time. My guides talk to me. What do we got for our friends here in their birthday season? Please and thank you. And yes, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But here we go. Let's rock. Let's get it going. What's up with Virgo, please? And while we get this card out, I just want to wish you all a very happy birthday from me to you. Whether it's just passed or it's still coming up, it is Virgo season once again. All right. Interesting. There's a big future focus for a lot of you, and that makes sense, especially in Virgo season. Look into the horizon, what's next, what's to come. Hopefully this is in a positive way with optimism and faith. So before we fully dive into that though, there's a lot of symbolism in that card. If you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So we see this beautiful woman in that dark blue dress standing on the beach looking out at the horizon. So obviously symbolically that is someone looking at what's to come, what's coming down the pipeline. Notice there's these big structures all up in the sky. To me, I always interpret that as different events, different milestones, different goals. So for a lot of Virgos, this would be a very prudent thing for you to do in this time. If you're not thinking about the future, setting plans, setting goals, Spirit might want you to do that. But this is someone absolutely with their eyes forward, saying, okay, let's keep it moving. Let's keep progressing and going forward. How far can we get? So this is a really nice energy generally when I see it. However, that energy, just like all energy, can have a challenge attached to it. Certain individuals, if they are in the future a little too much, or they're stressing the future, it can make them overthink and psych themselves out. So in this time, that might be a challenge for some of you. Like, don't psych yourself out about things. Like, just get in your head sometimes, but also get into the world of action as well. Action will alleviate any stress. But let's just put that down here. Let's get into tarot. I feel like I could speak about that card for hours. And I always say the first one doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. I'm gonna get you 3 of these in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive, juicy stuff. What do we got here for Virgo, please? And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. It was quite interesting. It was very fiery, okay? It was titled, They Are Mad. So there was somebody that wasn't quite the happiest. Okay, whether it was you, maybe something ruffled your feathers, maybe something ticked you off, or that could have just been somebody else, like in their feelings about something. But it did feel quite fiery and that someone could have been upset. There was a little warning about conflict as well. So hopefully none of you have gone through that. But let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3. Let's see what we got for my friends, please, as we continue pushing through Virgo season. Okay, options. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups. Look how similar these cards are to each other. I'm just going to put them side by side. Look at both of them looking out at the distance. This is so, I mean, tarot and divination in general, they really boggle my mind sometimes, but beautiful 7 of Cups energy right here in the front. So planning, thinking, there could be somebody quite in the headspace when that card shows up. Let's get you 2 more. That could be a big card of options, paths. Could be very good. Let's get you a couple more. All right, the deck is being specific. For those of you that are new here, I only read jumpers. Sometimes they pop out quick. Okay, here's a little mystery here, my friends. We got the moon in position number 2. And you know what? I kind of like how this reading is stacking up, my friends. I'm going to be honest with you. Let's get one more. I always like in-depth, complex style readings. Hey, Page of Cups on the back and all water, my friends. So much internal energy. So we're going to talk about this. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So first look, first glance, I look down here. All water, all cups. Now, When we look at cups, it can mean a lot of things. Obviously, this is an internal energy. Somebody who could be feeling a lot of things, going through a lot of things internally, not quite always letting it out, but it is powerful. It's intuitive. It's empathetic. Sometimes we see a lot of cups when people are dealing with romantic things as well. You might just be a little more emotionally tapped in than normal to subtle energies. But let's go through one by one. Just all water all over the place. So I feel like this is going to be a very fluid type of energy. Position number one, we have the Seven of Cups. Very similar to that Oracle card. It's still making me smile how like it came out right on top. So that means Spirit wants us to dig into it a little more. Once again, the Seven of Cups is a card of options, paths, choices, decisions. So you might not be lacking any. Like there could be a lot of paths you could go. There could be a lot of things coming in or ways that things could turn out. When I see the Seven of Cups, it is a card of the imagination as well. Even though it's a cup card, it's not a swords, it doesn't strictly speak about the mind. This is like a daydreamy type of energy. So you might be thinking, you might be daydreaming, caught in the headspace a little bit. But we need to see what type of options are coming in when we clarify this. And it's deep. It is for sure. And I feel like the one thing that's really making it quite a bit deeper is this moon card that's right next to it. So let's just place this down right here and talk about the moon. So this is a card that represents Pisces. Now, a lot of readers also link it to the Cancerians because the moon is their ruling luminary. So you can take it however it hits, Pisces, Cancer, either or. But when I see this card, it is dreamy, it's etheric, it's psychic. So it's all about that spiritual, subtle energy I was speaking about. When the moon shows up, you could be very much tapped in, very empathetic, feeling energies in a very strong way. But if not, this is a big card to me that could represent mystery, the surprising, the unexpected, things coming down the pipeline. So when we have energies like this, the Seven of Cups, moving into the moon, trying to figure out the unknown, could it be a fear of the unknown or what's to come? Could this give us a little insight when we clarified about what's coming down the pipeline? Hopefully it does. But the moon card doesn't necessarily have to mean it's rough or challenging or bad. The moon is just hidden for the moment. Doesn't mean it's always going to be, but it is a hidden type of energy. Now moving to the back end, we got all water sign energy here. We have the Page of Cups, another lovely card in my opinion. So when we see the Page of Cups, it could be any of the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. If you're not connected to one, pages could be younger people. I say it all the time, all pages are messengers, all pages are students. So maybe you're wanting to learn something new. Maybe you're stepping into a new cycle. But this could also be some sort of talk. This could be some sort of communication where someone is spilling their guts, letting you know how they feel, getting emotions off of one's chest. That's a big thing with this Page of Cups. So maybe there is a conversation coming in. Maybe someone wants to talk to you or vice versa when this card is here. But I like the Page of Cups. Sometimes it could be a bashful, shy type of energy. So maybe there is someone you're connected to that's a little bashful or a little shy to approach you about something. We'll just have to see what's up. Definitely a different flavor from what we had last week, that's for sure. But I want to dive deeper, Virgo. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's shuffle it up here one time. And yes, I would just like to let all of you know that I enabled channel memberships here on the Kyle of Cups channel. So if you want to look at the support tiers for that, you could click the join button. It's down in the description, down in the pinned comment. And yeah, see what we have to offer. Join the collective over there, my friends. Obviously, no pressure. But let's get into this. This is where I go intuitive with the reading, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Seven of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, you drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Seven of Cups time. Thank you. Nice and quick. Manifesting, huh? Okay, Virgo, a lot of you, even if you don't realize it, even if you don't know it, you could be creating something big here. Three of Wands is my second most powerful manifesting card in the whole entire deck. So seeing it under an imaginative, future-focused type of card, even if you don't realize that you're doing it, you are creating the future that's coming down the pipeline for good, bad, or indifferent. And I do feel a little more optimistic about it, especially if you're purposely manifesting. Now, another thing I do have to say, aside from the manifesting energy I'm picking up, these energies are both in a holding pattern. So for some Virgos, you might feel like you're in a waiting pattern, like let's wait and see. Let's see how this turns out. Or I'm going to hold off and just analyze the situation as it goes. So maybe there's you or somebody else that is in a holding pattern, in a waiting pattern. That could absolutely be it. But this is extremely powerful energy in the front end. Three of Wands, this person's ships are about to come in. They're making it happen. They're manifesting it, and it's coming. And when I see it under a card like the Seven of Cups, I would also give this little tip. Sometimes with manifesting, if you're trying to create or bring too many things into your life at once, it could stall things, and it's very prudent for you to really narrow down what you truly want, or like put all of your energy into one or two things. Like that's the most potent way. I just felt like I needed to say that to some of you, but let's keep moving. Let's see what's up with the moon. Pardon me. Let's see why the moon is here for Virgo. Interesting stuff. I like it though. It feels more optimistic than anything, but yeah, maybe you're in a waiting pattern. Wait and see. Let's see what happens. So why is the moon here for you? See what this mystery could be about, or these subtle energies. What we got for Virgo? Really want to get over to that page as well. Thank you. Yeah, something big's coming in, my friends. We have the Four of Swords in reverse underneath this moon. Yeah, there is some sort of big surprise or a massive surprise coming in for a lot of you. And I don't necessarily feel like it's bad. With all the power of manifesting, the power of creating, there is something coming at you like a rocket. Something or someone. And it almost feels out of the blue. But if you're purposely manifesting it, like it's coming, and it might be coming quicker than you think, especially if you hone in on it. The Four of Swords is a card of rest. When we see it in the upright, it's chill, it's rest, it's taking a break, it's relaxing. In reverse, this is an action card, like it's coming. So no more waiting, no more holding period. For a lot of Virgos, something that you've put out there, something you've created could be coming in a very big way. And I feel more optimistic than pessimistic. I'm just going to reiterate that. But there could be a massive surprise coming in for a lot of Virgos, and it feels more positive than anything. It could be something that's recently happened as well for some of you, absolutely. But the way this energy is flowing, like with the holding, the waiting, the manifesting, the deciding, then boom, like it just comes in hot right here in the center. So let's keep moving over. We're not going to get stuck up here. I feel like that's a very easy type of energy. But another thing I have to mention, both of these cards are a little paranormal as well, and I've been getting this little psychic connection type of energy since the beginning as well. So just know that you might be extra sensitive in this time to energies, extra empathetic, and it's showing up here straight down the center. Okay, so do with that what you will. Crystals, meditating, however you need to handle it, some grounding. Let's see what's up with that page, then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. So why is the Page of Cups here? Thank you. Something or someone's going to set your mind at ease here. This could be some good or exciting news coming in. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. This feels good. This feels beautiful to me. Generally, the Eight of Swords is a card that someone might be overthinking, or somebody might feel trapped or bogged down. It's nervous, it's anxious. So when I get this energy of a communication, a message, or a talk with the Eight of Swords in reverse, it's like, all right, that's a relief. Now that weight's off my shoulders. I don't got to worry about that anymore. So with the readings I've been seeing for Virgos in recent weeks, it's been a little wound tight. For a lot of you, there could be some exciting news coming in. And it could be in the form of all this energy we were seeing ahead of time, where something just takes a burden off your shoulders. Like, okay, I feel so much better now. That's just the phrase I keep feeling, like I feel so much better right now. Maybe it's a perspective shift. Maybe you talk to someone and it changes your perspective and you see things in a lighter way. That could absolutely be it. It's either exciting news or hearing from someone and feeling relieved. I feel like those are the main two things here when we have these cards all linked up together. But let's go through and do a quick little recap. Interesting reading. I feel like it's much more positive than anything else, Virgo. Let's sweep through. In position number one, before we get to the shadow card, we have the Seven of Cups with the Three of Wands, and it did link all the way in with this very first card we had in the beginning. So I found that intriguing. This is extremely powerful manifestation powers. Whether you're purposely doing it, whether you're doing it by accident, like you're creating something big here with this energy. Aside from that message, I felt like for a lot of Virgos, you might be in a wait and see or a waiting pattern, a holding pattern. Like, let's see how this turns out, or let's gauge this a little down the line. So take from that what you will. But moving to the center, the energy comes rushing in. We have the Moon card with the Four of Swords in reverse. Like, this is coming in hot. I felt like it's a massive surprise of some kind, or something that just moves in very, very quickly. And it could be this thing that you've manifested. It could be a situation, for all I know. But I would say expect the unexpected in this time. You could receive a big surprise, my friends. Moving to the back end, we have the Page of Cups, Eight of Swords in reverse. A relief, like something, some weight coming off your shoulders, feeling much better. Like, oh, okay, I feel so much relief from that. So whether it's hearing from a person that you've wanted to talk to, or whether it's getting a resolution to something, or a communication that just makes you feel better, you could be receiving some exciting news right here on the back end. Beautiful stuff. So please take a screenshot of that if you want to look into the cards further. I'm going to get you a shadow card now. Let's shuffle it up one time and see what's in the shadows for my Virgo friends. I liked this week's reading. It was a different flavor from recent weeks. These are the things I like to see in your birthday season. So let's see what's in the shadows for Virgo, please. Okay, yeah, the deck is wanting to talk to you. It's bouncing cards already. And yes, as you know, I like to pull one card at the very end just to see what's in the shadows. Okay, whether it's internally, something inside you, something you don't quite see. I feel like this is a beautiful thing to look at. It's very introspective. So let's see what we have for Virgo here, please. What's in the shadows for my friends? Thank you. Okay, Three of Pentacles, work things, money things might be on the mind in a very big way with the Three of Pentacles. I feel like generally this is a positive card, and we could definitely receive tougher things in the shadows, that's for sure. When I see the Three of Pentacles, it's a card of mastery. It's a card of diligence. It's a card of teamwork. So for some of you, if you've been going through a tough time, you might be hyper independent, and you might hate to have to feel like you're relying on someone. All right, only take that if it hits, because when I get to the shadow side of the Three of Pentacles, I get somebody who's like, no, I could do it on my own. I could do it myself. I don't need any help. So maybe you might need some assistance in one way or another. Maybe you might need to lean into the support system when we have the Three of Pentacles. But another thing that I do want to say, there could be work things that are leaning on you, or money things that are really taking up a lot of the headspace here. But the Three of Pentacles can absolutely speak about somebody in your circle of connections. So in this time, maybe there's someone you're connected to that's going through a very difficult time, and Spirit could be just trying to show you that with this card. So Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 2 lucky winners to win 2 tarot decks completely at random. It will be a winner's choice. So if you want to get the Gilded Tarot, you could go ahead and do that. If you want the Everyday Witches Tarot, that's your choice as well. Any deck under $40 US will be given away. So if you'd like to get your name in for this one, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments which zodiac signs you get along best with. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.